We're going to start laying on our backs. So come down however you like and make your way down to the back. Your choice here, you can have your feet flat on the floor, or you can have the soles of the feet together and the knees going out wide. If that's too much for you, just bring the knees back up to tabletop. And then we're going to take 2 deep breaths. Open the mouth side out. One more. Side out. And then with the next couple of breaths, I want you to take the arms above the head, grabbing opposite elbows, just to give the side body a little bit more room. You can expand the lungs outwards. Take deep breaths, opening the side body. On the inhale, fill the belly up. Move the breath to the ribs, open the ribs out to the side. Lift the chest. On the exhale, let it all go. Just take a couple more in your own time. Feeling up the belly, move it up to the ribs, up to the chest, really fill up. And once you can't take in any more breath, then you let it go. Take 2 more breaths like that. And then let the last one go. Okay, slowly, if you have your knees out wide, place your hands underneath the thighs and help them come back to center. And then bring the knees to the chest. Just give the lower body, the lower back, a bit of a rock. So rock the knees side to side. And then keep the knees up. Place them at tabletop so you can feel the bottom of the core switch on. So the pelvic floor muscles pull the pelvic floor up like you're holding in a P. So you zip that up all the way to the belly button. Place the arms out to a T shape on the floor. And then we're going to rock side to side. So we're going windscreen wiper with the knees. So lifting the knees up using the core and the breath. Inhale on the way down. Drop the knees or as far as you can go. And exhale. Bring them back to tabletop. Keep going with that, using the inhale to drop. And the exhale helps you bring back up. Try and go a little deeper every side. Really trying to get into that thoracic spine. So if you start to feel the lower back in this exercise, you're going a little too far with the knees. So just go to the point where your upper back feels the stretch, feels the exercise, and then bring them back to center. 1 more each side. And on your next side, we're just going to drop to the floor. Hold this stretch so you can use the arm that's closest to the legs to help you pull the spine back to the floor. So we're trying to get the arm that's out to the side, keep that shoulder on the floor. Take a deep breath into the top spine, so the thoracic spine. 1 more breath. Stay for the exhale, twist a little deeper. And then use the core, bring the knees back up to center. And we drop to the other side. So slowly lower the knees. Get to a comfortable position and then assist yourself twisting a little further towards the floor. And use your breath. Always come back to the breath. The breath keeps the body accountable. So if you're holding your breath, then the pose or the exercise that you're doing is not going to reach its full potential because you're not allowing yourself to breathe through the movement, to let the movement flow. Lift the knees back up using the core, and then have another squeeze into the chest with the knees. Bring the head up to the knees, curl everything in. And lower the head back down. We're going to rock and roll up and down the spine this time, just to gather some momentum. And then once you have enough momentum, we're going to come to stand so you can cross the feet in front. And then just find your way standing at the top of your mat. Take the feet wider than hips distance here. Really press down into the floor, into all four corners of your foot. And then take an interlace behind the back, so right at the tailbone. Push the knuckles down towards the floor, press into the feet, lift out of the hips, out of the chest. Mini back bend, so push the chest out. On your exhale, bend your knees heavily, connect your ribs to your thighs, and then take the knuckles over the head. Enjoy this shoulder release. Really focus the breath to this point. This is a really good one to start your day with, especially if you're going to be sitting at a desk all day. Opens the shoulders up, opens the chest up, and allows some blood flow, some movement into the girdle, into the attachment. Slowly part the hands, take them to the floor, halfway lift, so lengthen through the spine. Stick the butt out, open the chest, and place the hands to the floor. We're going to step back to plank pose. So holding plank, once you're there, make sure that the wrists are directly under the shoulders. The heels are right over the balls of the feet. And we're pulling the belly button back towards the spine. One more breath here. Keep the plank, keep everything in the same position. All we're going to do is swivel the heels to the left side. So you're going to come on the pinky edge of the left foot, on the inside of the right foot. Hold this here. Try and keep the top half of the body facing towards the top of your mat. And all that's twisting is the hips and the feet. One more breath. Stay for the exhale. And then inhale. Swivel back onto the toes so you're in plank. We'll take it straight to the other side. So exhale. Swivel to pinky edge of the right foot, inside of the left. Keep the shoulders square to the top of the mat. Keep pressing through the palms so you lift out of the wrists, out of the shoulders. Last breath. Exhale. And bring the body back to center. Drop the knees. And then take the hips, take the butt over to child's pose. So butt to heels. Place the forehead on the mat. So use your breath as a reset button. So every time we're in a resting pose, like child's pose, sometimes even downward dog, always connect back to the breath, just to give your heart rate a chance to come back down. Slowly press into the hands, roll the spine all the way over so you're in tabletop. Tuck the toes under. Your hands should already be in the right position. We're just going to sit the butt back slightly, tuck the toes under, press into the palms, and then slowly start to lift the knees off the floor We're going to extend for 3, 2, straighten the legs, 1, and place the feet hip distance apart. You can keep the knees bent as long as you like, especially in this first downward dog. Make sure you're pressing into the palms, so you're pushing your chest back towards your thighs. Stick the hips up to the ceiling, so stick the butt out. And then if you can extend the legs a little bit to try and push those heels down to the floor. Take 2 more breaths here. Keep that straight spine, so all the way from the crown of the head through to your tailbone. On your next inhale, we're going to raise the heels as high as we can, so tippy toes, and then step the feet forward all the way to the top of the mat, in between the hands, feet together, halfway lift, extend the spine, look forward slightly, and then from there you bow over the legs, forward fold. Use the hands to help you pull yourself down towards the floor. So our head is aiming for the feet here. Good. Slowly bend the knees as much as you need. We're going to roll up to stand. Pull the belly button back. Use the core. And then once you're there, the head is the last thing to arrive. Give the shoulders a big roll. And then if your feet aren't together, place them together at the top of the mat. Arms by the sides. We're in mountain pose here. Just take 1 deep breath. Exhale. On your next inhale, we raise your arms out to the side, up to the ceiling. Pull the hands towards the ceiling. And then exhale, part the hands, take them out to the side, forward fold over the legs. All the way as far as you can go, as deep as you can go. Inhale, halfway lift. Place the hands on the mat, and then we step back to plank pose. So set up this plank before we go anywhere. Make sure that the shoulders are right over the wrists. Legs are strong, so knees pulling up towards the thighs. Keep the belly button tucked. And then for this first one, you can either place the knees on the ground, or you're welcome to keep them lifted. And we're going to go through chaturanga all the way to the floor. So bend the elbows back towards the bum. Keep skimming the upper arms by the side of the body and lower everything at the same time. So from here, we move the hands back slightly so they're in line with the top of the ribs. Untuck the toes and then press into the palms. Squeeze the elbows together, lift the chest. Halfway lift. And exhale. Inhale again, press. Sorry, that was baby cobra we're doing. Not halfway lift. Exhale, lower. We'll go one more like that. Press into the palms, lift the chest. And exhale, lower. Tuck the toes again. Fire up the legs, so pull the knees towards the thighs. If you want to keep the knees on the ground, that's fine. You can push up through the knees. Otherwise, if you want to try without the knees, fire up the legs, pull the belly button back towards the spine, press into the palms, and you lift. Plank pose. And then slowly we shift the hips up to the ceiling, press into the palms to push the chest back, downward facing dog. And breathe, reset. Think about all the points of the downward dog to get that perfect triangle shape. Although nothing's perfect, we're just trying to get the hips to be the highest point, the spine to be straight, and trying to come to descend the heels to the floor. So straighter legs means the heels may touch. On your next inhale, you raise the heels as high as you can. Look forward, tippy toe your way to the top of the mat. Feet together. Once you're there, take a halfway lift. Ardha Uttanasana. And then forward fold, Uttanasana. Slowly roll the spine up to stand. Head is the last thing to come up. And roll the shoulders back, down. So hands by the sides of the body. Inhale the arms up to the ceiling. And forward fold, use your exhale. The whole exhale takes you to your forward fold. On your inhale, halfway lift. Place the hands on the mat, step back. Maybe use the opposite leg this time, plank pose. Press into the palms. Push the floor away. Hold the plank. You want to feel strong. Remember, tight is light. You can drop the knees here if you like, or keep them lifted. We're going to shift forward into the hands, and then bend the elbows back. Stop halfway. Flip the toes. Press into the palms. Extend the arms. Keep the legs lifted off the ground. Upward facing dog. Lift the hips. Downward facing dog. Pull back with the core. And then take your breath, your rhythm, your reset button. Take one more deep breath here. Bring the feet together at the back of the mat. And then you're going to put weight into the left foot. And we're going to slowly raise the right leg, three-leg dog for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. Really press that heel to the ceiling. Strong back leg. On your next inhale, lift to the ball of the left foot. So lift to the toes. And then curl the knee into the chest with the right leg. Exhale. Look forward, keep the hips high. Try and step between the hands without a sound. And we're in runner's lunge here. Hold the runner's lunge, so we're making sure we're in a 90-degree angle here with the front leg. Strong with the back leg. Good. And then we slowly come up to stand with the torso. Crescent lunge. Hold the lunge here, lower the front leg a little bit more. Keep the ribs tucked towards the spine, belly button tucked in, arms pulling up to the ceiling. And circle the arms out wide, maybe a mini back bend. And come back down to the floor. Good, from here we're going to press into the palms, rock back onto the heel of the front foot, try and pick the foot up to go back to plank. Hold the plank here. From here, we're going to go to wild thing. So we're going to shift to the blade edge of the left foot. Lift the right foot up and drop it behind the calf. Good, and then we come up side plank first. And then if you're comfortable, press into the right foot. Lift the hips to the ceiling. Open up the side body. Wild thing. One more breath. From here, come back to the side plank. Challenge your balance a little bit. We're going to lift the back foot off the floor. Look forward to where you want the foot to go and try and place the right foot at the top of the mat. So we're in runner's lunge again. From here, we're not going to lift the body up. We're going to swivel the back toes. So we're in warrior 2 stance. So you swivel the back foot so the pinky edge is in line with the back of the mat. The hips are open and the front leg stays the same. Take the right hand and place it on the inside of the right foot. Use the top arm, the top half of the arm, as a lever to push back onto the knee. So push the arm back onto the knee, and that automatically opens the chest to the sky. And then you unfold, open that left arm to the ceiling. So we're in side angle pose here. Your choice. You can stay with this side angle if this is enough. If you want a little bit more for the shoulders, turn your palm away so it's facing back behind you. And then you're going to tuck the arm behind the back. So bend the arm behind the back and tuck the arm. So it comes in and grabs the top of your right thigh. So I'll come closer to show you that again. So we're here in side angle, and the arm faces back behind. Swivel it around and try and hook that hand to grab the top of the thigh. And then you push back. So you pull back with the left shoulder, pull it up to the ceiling, try and rotate the right ribs to the ceiling. One more breath. And if you're in the bind, slowly unwind the hand, take it back up to the ceiling to flush that out. Good. From there, we're going to use the strength of our legs and the top arm to pull us up, warrior two. Keep that bend in the front leg. Don't go anywhere with the front leg. We're going to flip the front hand, look towards the hand, place the back hand on the leg, lift the front hand up to the ceiling, reverse warrior. Big side body stretch. On your exhale, you swap back to warrior two. Flip the hand again, inhale. Keep the leg bent. And exhale, warrior two. Last one here, one more pulse. And take it back, warrior two, hold. A little bit longer. It's getting a bit painful, we like that. And cartwheel the arms down to the floor. Swivel onto the back toes and then start to straighten into the front leg. You might need to jump the back leg in slightly. We're in pyramid pose here. So the back heel is really high, so the hips are high. Front leg straight, halfway lift in the top body. And then use the arms, so bend the arms so you can forward fold over the front leg. Pyramid stretch. Keep pulsing with the breath here. So every inhale, maybe lift up slightly. Every exhale, forward fold a little deeper. One more breath. And slowly start to turn the feet towards the long edge of the mat. So the left side, and then walk the hands to the back of the mat. We're going high Skandasana, so high side lunge into the left leg. So the left leg is bent. The right leg is straight. So it's like you have your toes of the right foot facing the top corner of the mat. Okay, so you want that straight leg with the right leg bent in the left, and then take the arms to the floor so you've got that support. Get as deep as you can go so you can challenge the body. One more breath. And then just to get to the floor, I'm going to make it as easy as possible for you. So if you don't have enough flexibility or space in the legs to drop down to the floor, then what you're going to do is you're going to come onto the knee and then you're going to drop down to the floor. Easy as that. And then you can either do, so I'll let you choose here. You can either have the bottom of the left foot on the inside of the right thigh, and you can take the right hand to the left knee, so we're crossing the body here, and inhaling with the side body stretch there. If you want to go a little deeper, we're going to place the left foot on the floor, so the knee's almost in line with the armpit, and then you're going to grab the ankle, so right hand grabs the ankle, we're cross body again, and then you inhale. This is if you have enough space in the right hamstring here, and the hips allow you to do this. If not, inner foot to thigh, totally fine. One, you're gonna need to move out of the way. And then you inhale the left arm to the ceiling, go as far as you can go. I don't want it to be about the right hamstring here, it's more about the left side body, so keeping the side body open. And then you use either the knee or the ankle as a lever to pull that side body open. One last breath. Use that hand to pick you up, so top hand picks the body back up. From here, if your foot was on the ground, bring it into the thigh. We're going to take the hands in front of the leg and then just shift onto the knee of the left leg. And then if you came off the mat, just shift back onto your mat. So take your left hand to the outside of the left knee. Make sure the right toes, so the whole foot is on the floor, on the mat, and the right leg is strong. And then you're going to shift over onto the left arm, left knee. Take the right arm to a T shape so it stacks on top of the left arm. And then if you can, we're going to slowly raise that right leg so it's in line with the hip. Holding here. We hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, keep it up, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower back down, inhale the right arm up over the head. And then circle it down to the floor. We're going to come back to the top of the mat, so walk the hands around. You just bend into both knees so you're in this low lunge position. Then from here, place the feet so they frame the foot. Sorry, place the hands so they frame the foot. And then lift the back leg up so you're in runner's lunge. From here, press into the palms, dome in the upper back as if you're doing cat-cow. So dome for the cat. And then you pick that foot up without a sound, take it back to plank pose. Hold the plank, remember. Tight is light, so pull everything up. Make the muscles strong. And then your chaturanga, your back bend, you can lower to the floor, do cobra. I don't mind. If not, you stop halfway, hold, flip the toes. Inhale for your upward dog, open the chest, look up. Exhale, use the core, so pull the belly button back, press into the palms, downward facing dog. Good. Take the feet together at the back of the mat straight away. And we inhale for 5 seconds, the left leg to the ceiling. 4, 3, 2, 1. Really press that heel to the ceiling. One more breath. Inhale, lift the right heel off the floor. So you're on the tippy toes of the right leg, curl the left leg into the chest, tiger curl. Look forward, try and place that foot in between the hands without a sound. Good, we're in low lunge here, runner's lunge. And then once you're ready, scissor the inner thighs together to get that balance. Keep that front leg bent. Inhale, crescent lunge. Bend deeply into the left leg. Really pull those ribs back to the back body. So everything is in a nice straight line from the pubic bone to the crown of the head. One more breath here, get a little deeper in the left leg. Open the arms, mini back bend maybe, and then circle the hands to the floor. From here, here's your chance again to try that pick up without a sound. So press into the palms, dome in the back. See how you can see the dome in between my leg, my chest and my leg. That's what you want. You want to create as much space as possible, and then you can pick that foot up, take it back, plank pose. And then we shift over onto the right side, so shift to the blade edge, the pinky edge of the right toes, and then you pick that left foot up, drop it behind the right calf, lift up, plank pose, side plank pose. And then maybe, if you feel like you want to do a little wild thing, open the chest, open the side body, press into the left toes, press firmly, keep strong in that right arm. Use your exhale to lift you back up to side plank. And then maybe, well, you're gonna have to, you're gonna lift up that back leg, look forward to where you want it to be, and then you place without a sound, top of the mat. So we're in runner's lunge again. Holding here, and then you swivel that back toe, the back foot to the mat, setting up for warrior two. So the front leg stays the same. The hips will open up to a 45-degree angle. So that's inevitable for warrior two. You just want that back pinky edge in line with the back of the mat. And then you bring that left hand in front of the left foot. You use the knee as a lever, so push the upper arm into the knee, and then you open up with the right arm to the ceiling. Make sure the shoulders are stacking over the top of each other. So the right arm, there's a straight line you can draw from my right arm to my left. And then from here, if you took the bind on the other side, take it on this side. So turn the palm away from you, and then you take it behind the body and you hook the left thigh. Open the chest, keep pulling that elbow back behind you, pull it away from you. Open the shoulders to the ceiling. One last breath. And then slowly take that hand away from the thigh, open the arm back up to the ceiling. And circle the arm over the head, Sorry, no, we're not circling. Keep it up, and we lift up, warrior two. Good, bend deeply into that left leg. Make sure you can see the big toe of the left foot. That means that your knee is tracking over nicely. If you can't see it, your knee is going inwards too much, and we don't want that. We want to keep the knees safe. And then you extend the arms, flip the front hand to the ceiling, keep the bend in the knee, reverse the warrior, big side body stretch. Exhale, take it back to warrior two. Flip again, reverse, look up to the hand. And warrior two. Last one here, reverse. Big breath. And then circle back to warrior two, hold. On your next exhale, cartwheel the arms to the floor, frame the foot, lift up onto the toes of the back foot. Good, and then we're going to straighten into the front leg. Maybe jump the back heel in slightly towards the front foot. So we're keeping the nice straight spine, sticking the butt out, and then we forward fold over that front leg. Pyramid stretch. One more breath here. Good, from here. Halfway lift, we're going to turn all the way to the right side of the mat, so the long edge. Swivel the toes so they face the long edge. And then we're going to bend deeply, so into the right leg, high Skandasana, high side lunge. Keep the hands on the floor, stick the butt back behind you so you can get deeper into that right leg. So we're sitting deeply into the right leg, the right hip. We're also getting a nice stretch through the left inner thigh. One more breath. And then try and find your way to the mat as easy as you can. And then take a seat. So I'll face you again. We are either keeping the right foot lifted and the knee in the armpit, the right armpit, left leg out straight. Otherwise, if you took the same one on the other side, just bring the sole of the right foot into the left inner thigh. And then you cross the body. So left hand grabs left knee or ankle. And then we inhale the right arm up to the ceiling, one big breath. On your exhale, you come down and you take that side body stretch. So remember, I don't care if you can touch your toes or not. I just want it to be about the side body. So if you are a little bit more open in the hamstrings and you can get down, you can actually use the foot as a lever to open the chest up to the ceiling, and that gives you such a good side body stretch here. Otherwise, this is just fine. And one more breath. Use your exhale to lift you up. And then from here, place the foot down, and then you rock forward over onto that right knee. Shift back so you're on your mat again if you moved. And then take the right hand outside the right knee. Shift the weight over. Take the left hand up to the ceiling so it stacks over the right arm. And then maybe your left leg will float. So try and keep the foot in line with the bum. So foot in line with the hips, you've got a straight line. And we hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, keep strong, 3, 2, 1. Inhale the left arm over the body. And we turn back to the top of the mat. So you would have been facing this way. Just walk the hands to the top of the mat. So the left leg is in front. Good. Fire up the back leg. So lift the knee off the mat. Press into the palm so they frame the foot. And here's your chance again. Join in the upper back. Rock onto the heel of the left foot. And then maybe you pick that up without a sound. Step back to plank pose. Hold the plank. Good. Instead of going to chaturanga this time, everybody's just going to lower to the mat all the way, keeping everything in line till the very last point. Lower, slowly, and drop to the floor. Amazing. Good. Untuck the toes. Just have a breather there for a moment. We're going to go back up to plank pose. Just thought I'd give you a little rest. I needed some. Okay, one more breath. Tuck the toes under while you do. You can use the knees to push up if you like, or we're pushing back up to high plank. Good. If your knees are on the floor and you want to keep them there, that's fine. We're going to go into opposite hand, opposite shoulder taps. So we're just picking up opposite hand, tapping the opposite shoulder. If you want to make it a little more challenging, you lift the legs and we go for 30 seconds. Here we go. Try and keep the torso still. So you shift the weight so you've got even weight in that diagonal. So in the opposite arm and opposite leg that stays on the floor, you want to make sure you've got enough weight in each side to keep the body straight. Keep going. Keep breathing while you do it. Don't hold the breath, it makes it much harder. Last 10 seconds. And 5, 4, 3, 2, hold the plank. 30 seconds. This is where the strength comes in. When we're hurting a little bit, keep pushing. Keep firing the knees up to the thighs. Keep pulling the belly button back to the spine. And keep breathing. Last 10. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop the knees. Take the bum all the way back to the heels. And then we're going to take the hands, so the hands come in line with the toes, and drop the forehead to the floor. Child's pose. And remember, use this breath to reset. Bring the heart rate back down. Give the muscles a chance to get some rich oxygen again. So deep breaths through the nose means that our muscles are getting the richest, purest form of oxygen. So make sure we're always breathing through the nose to reset. And one last breath. And then we're going to come forward, our forearms to the mat, palms flat on the floor. So you want to keep shoulder distance apart with the elbows here, okay? And then keep a straight line from the elbow to the fingertips. And then maybe slightly walk the knees closer to the elbows. You can skip this if you like. So if you don't want to do dolphin, which is we're about to go into, stay in child's pose. Otherwise, you want a little bit more of a challenge. Press into the palms. Dome out of the top half of the spine. So dome out of the shoulders. Tuck the toes. And then you'll extend your legs. Lift the hips high. Dolphin. And we're just holding here for 10 seconds. Keep pressing into the elbows. Pressing into the forearms. Drop the head so you're looking back towards the feet. Keep pressing. Keep lifting. Trying to send the heels to the mat for 3, 2, 1, and drop the knees. And then maybe we take a child's pose again because it's nice. And then you can take the hands behind just to give the shoulders a little bit more of a relax. And one more breath. And then slowly find your way to hero's pose. So we're lifting the body up. Torso straight, and we'll go back to downward facing dog when you're ready, in your own time. Maybe use a couple of breaths to get there. Make it feel nice. And once you're there, you bring your feet together at the back of the mat. Inhale the right leg to the ceiling, slowly, like we're moving through water. I say that all the time. But often people are just reefing the leg up to the ceiling, and that defeats the purpose. And then we curl the knee into the chest tight. We curl, hold, look forward, step between the palms. We're going to go a bit faster this time. So lifting up to crescent. Hold here, one breath. Open the chest, open the arms, circle down to the floor. Good. From here, you might even want to pick the foot up, step it behind the left leg without stepping to plank. a little bit more challenging on the balance. Otherwise you step back to plank and then you take that right leg behind the left calf, inhale for wild thing. And then pick the body up, side plank, lift the right foot, look forward, step the foot to runner's lunge. Set the feet up for warrior two. Bring the right hand inside the right foot. And we open up the left arm to the ceiling, side angle. If you took the bind and you want to take it again, we're going to take full bind this time. So first go into half bind, taking the top arm around the back, grabbing the thigh. If you want to go full bind, you take the bottom arm, you take it underneath the right thigh, and you try and grab the hand of the top arm. Full bind here. Keep the legs strong. Try not to sink too much into the hips. One more breath. And then slowly unwind the hands. One breath here, side angle. And then you use your exhale, pick you up, warrior two. Good. From here, we're going to flip the head, but this time straighten into the front leg. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, bend back deeply, warrior two. Flip, reverse, straighten. Exhale, warrior two. Last one here, you flip and you straighten the front leg. Big inhale to the side body. From here, we're just going to lift the body up to stand. So straight body, legs are going to stay where they are. You might need to shift heel toe the back foot in slightly because you're going to have a pretty wide stance from warrior two. From here, you're going to shift the hips back, so as if somebody's pushing your front hip back and pulling your hand away from you, but you're trying to reach for something out to the front. You're trying to reach as far as you go while someone's still pulling you away. And then once you get to your point, you can either drop the bottom hand to the right shin, or if you have enough space, you find the floor and use the bottom leg as a lever to open up the ribs to the ceiling. Keep that left arm stacking over the right. You should be feeling a nice stretch through the side of the hip here. If you press down into the left heel, you'll get even more radiating through up to the hip. One last breath. Circle the left hand up over the head, and then we circle down, lifting the back heel off, halfway lift. So you've still got that straight front leg and forward fold over, pyramid stretch. Good. On your next inhale, halfway lift, and then we swivel to the left, so the long edge of the mat. High Skandasana. If you want to take it into low Skandasana here, you can. So you swivel onto the heel of the right leg, and you're trying to get the heel of the left leg down to the floor as well. You might be on the toe, that's fine. But if you can come down, get a little deeper. One more breath. And then try and sit the bum down. Good, with as little effort as possible. Good, if you want to try this time, placing the left foot on the floor, knee up high, grabbing the left ankle with the right hand, inhaling up and over. And then maybe, eventually, you might get the body down on the right leg and the left hand might touch the toes. Last breath. Use your exhale to pick the body back up and then shift that foot to the inner thigh, rock over onto the left knee. And then place the right foot flat on the mat. So the toes are facing towards the side of the mat. The pinky edge is facing the top of the mat. And then we take the left hand on the outside of the left knee. And right arm goes up, a T shape. Lift that right leg to, that's it. Lift the right leg in line with the hip, and then we go for 10 pulses this time. If you don't want to pulse, that's fine, just hold the leg. We go 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, keep your core switched on, and 3, 2, 1, hold. Inhale the arm up over the head, place the foot back onto the floor, and we walk the hands to the top of the mat. Low lunge here. Good. From here, lift the back knee off the ground, press into the palms, and then try and lift that foot up, plank pose. You can skip the chaturanga here, or take your chaturanga and back bend. I'm going to skip, go straight to downward dog. And once You're in downward dog again. Reset. Bring the feet together at the back of the mat. And then you inhale the left leg to the ceiling slowly as you can, like you're trying to resist lifting it up. And then curl into the chest, lift high onto the bottom toes. Curl the left knee into the chest, look forward, and step that foot in between the hands without a sound. Lifting up to crescent lunge. Use the core, everything's tucked in. Exhale, open the arms, back bend, and take the hands down to the floor. From here, you can take the foot all the way over to wild thing, or step back to plank and lift it up. Place the foot behind the calf. Inhale the left arm over, like you're going over a wheel. One more breath. Lift up to side plank. And then we look forward to where we want that foot to go. Lift the back knee. Place without a sound at the top of the mat. Setting up for warrior two. So swivel the back toes down. Pinky in line with the back of the mat. Take the left hand on the inside of the left foot. And then circle the right arm up. Side angle. So right onto the ceiling. Good. If you took that bind on the other side, take it on this side. Even yourself out. So hook that top arm around the back, and then the bottom arm might catch the back hand. Keep pushing that left upper arm into the leg to keep opening the chest. One more breath. And slowly unwind the hands. Lift the right arm up to the ceiling, circle over. Good. No, I did that again. So keep the right arm up, and then we lift the body up. Warrior two. Good, keep the bend in the left knee. We flip and we straighten into the front leg reverse. Press into the left big toe. And then bend back into warrior two. Flip reverse. And bend, warrior two. Last one here, flip and reverse. And we just lift the body up to stand, and maybe heel toe that back toe in, that back foot in if it's in a wide stance. And remember, we're trying to reach for something out in front, but somebody is pulling us away from behind us. Reach, reach, reach. And then once you're at your point, you either place your left hand on the left shin with little weight, or maybe you might come to your fingertips of the hand on the floor. And then stacking that right arm over the left shoulder. Press the right heel into the ground. Try and open the ribs up to the ceiling. And your next breath, circle the right arm over the head. And then we circle down to the floor. Lift the back heel. Halfway lift with the spine. Keep the front leg straight and we forward fold, pyramid stretch. Last breath. And we circle over to the right side. Walk the hands to the back of the mat. If you went for the low Skandasana, do that again on this side. So sit deeply into the right lunge. Otherwise, you stay high in the right leg. High side lunge. One last breath. And then find your way to the floor. I'll face you again. So if you kept the left foot on the floor last time, place the right foot on the floor, take the left hand around to grab, and then inhale the right up, over, and enjoy that side stretch. Good, one more breath. Circle the arm up, lift the body up, and then you just bring the knee down and rock over onto the right knee. And then we place the right hand on the outside of the leg. So we're in this side plank variation. Lift the left arm to the ceiling, and then lift the left foot up in line with the bum. Here we go, 10 pulses. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it up there. Inhale the left arm over the head. And then circle back down. Make your way to the top of the mat so the left leg is in front. Last chance here to try and pick that foot up without a sound. Press into the palms, lift the back leg off the ground. Dome. Dome in the upper back, and then lift that front leg, meet back in plank. Good. From here, all we're going to do is walk the feet towards the hands. Good. Halfway lift once you get there. And forward fold over the legs. And then we're going to do one chair. So one chair, that's all. Bend deeply into the legs. Keep pushing the shins back towards the bum. And then you lift the arms. Keep the upper arms by the ears. Really pull the ribs back towards the back body. Sit a little deeper. We're going extreme chair, so take the arms out in front. Lower the bum as low as you can. And come to the floor. Navasana. Good. So you can either have tabletop with the legs and hands grabbing underneath, or if you want to challenge a little bit more into the legs, you come to straight, holding here. Good. Keep breathing. And we're going to lower. So lower everything. The bottom of your spine, so the lower back must be on the floor. Everything else lifted. Lift back up. Navasana. Lower to bow pose. Lift back up. Lower to boat. Good. Lift. Use your breath. 2 more to go. Inhale on the way down. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. Hold here. Maybe take the arms over the head for a little more. And bring everything to the center. Have a breath. Okay. Take the feet to the floor, just have a moment. Now, you can either stay here with knees knocked towards each other, so knees kissing in and feet out as wide as the mat, just to have a breather. If you want to follow along, I'm going to take you into shoulder stand. So to get into shoulder stand, we don't just go straight up and reach the legs up to the ceiling. We're going to go plow, shoulder stand, plow. And I'll show you, so you can watch first before you do. So you're going to place your hands so they're in line.
Could you try again?
No, Siri. So you're going to place your hands so they're almost touching the heels. And then you're going to press into the hands, curl the knees into the chest, and then lift the bum up. So you're going to use your core here to lift the bum up and take the legs over the head. Make sure you're looking forward so the neck is healthy. Your feet don't have to be touching the floor here. If you have that room in your hamstrings, they may. And then from here, you place your hands to your lower back and you nestle the elbows in so they come closer together, and you're right on top of your upper arms and your shoulders. And then you use the core, use the legs to pull the feet up to the ceiling. And we're in shoulder stand. So make sure the legs are strong. Good. And then you might find this point where it just feels effortless and your legs feel light as a feather. Make sure that the hands are always on the lower back. And then slowly we're going to take the legs back over the head. So we're in plow again. And then enjoy this position here. And then from here, if you want a little extra, we're going to take it into deaf man's. So that's when the knees bend in, so they're in line with the ears, and that's where this pose gets the name from, because if we get to the position, our knees almost can block our ears, so we can't really hear anything. Good. One more breath. And from here, take the hands to the lower back if you move them. We're just going to adjust our elbows out, move off the shoulders, and then bring the knees down, bring the bum down. And holding there for a moment, just breathe. Good, we've got to counterpose this. So if you went into shoulder stand, you'll extend the legs out straight so they're on the floor. I want you to rock over so you can tuck your right arm underneath the body, and then rock over, tuck your left arm underneath the body. From here, you're going to press into the elbows so they bend, and you're going to rock onto the crown of the head. So your head, you're looking away, you're looking back behind you, you're on your elbows, and we've got that back bend happening in the top half of the spine. So you can flex the feet back towards your face to make it a little bit more of a hand, so helping you out. One more breath. And slowly try and maneuver out of that position. A little bit awkward, but it's fine. Good, and then from there, bring the feet so they're back on the floor, knees facing the ceiling, and just windscreen wiper the knees over to the floor, side to side. And bring the knees back to the chest. Extend one leg out to the floor. Bring one knee into the chest. Squeeze. And then you're going to take your right arm to the mat and circle. So twist towards the left, circle the right knee to the left, across the body. And maybe the foot touches the floor. We're trying to keep the right shoulder on the floor. So try not to lift the shoulders off the floor. We're trying to twist from the top half of the spine. Trying to get the deepest twist we can. And slowly use your breath, come back to center. And then extend the opposite leg out. Bring in the knee to the chest, squeeze. Take the left arm out to the floor, and then we cross the left leg over the body. Supine twist on the left. Remember to keep that left shoulder, so left shoulder, the one that's assisting you on the floor. Keep that pushing down towards the floor, and you'll feel a deeper twist without having to put much effort in. If you just twist the shoulder to the floor, you get a deeper twist rather than reefing your left leg over even more. One more breath. Slowly make your way back to center. Good. Bring the knees into the chest. One more squeeze everything in. Make a little ball, head to knees. And make your way to Shavasana. Extend the legs out to the mat. Open the chest to keep the backs of the hands on the floor. Roll the feet out to the side. And make sure the shoulders are out of the ears and you've got a long neck. And close the eyes. And just take 3 big inhales through the nose. And maybe you sigh them out of the mouth.